This is Dinner at the Round Table Podcast.
Prepare to be astonished.
Somebody call my mama.
Now, seriously, give us our credit because everyone applauds the tough guy that goes on to rap and play sports. That's a lion surviving the jungle. How many sheep have you seen make it out? You didn't even know the jungle had sheep. The lion is supposed to make it out. I was supposed to be a sweater. They used to call me Cardigan Christian. Cardi C for short.
Press that like button and subscribe.
This
to our
is
YouTube
Dinner
channel.
at the
Tap
Round
the link
Table
in our bio.
Podcast.
Dinner at the Round Table. Your source to knowledge.
Live from New York and live from Florida. You already know what it is, man. Dinner at the Round Table Podcast. We in the building, man. La Dueña in the house, man. The other day, Nelly now. And we got a special guest today, man. Comedian, you know what I'm saying? Santiago, one of the funniest guys out there, representing the Latino community on the stand-up comedy tip. What's up, brother? How you been, man?
What up, Christian?
What up, everybody?
Yo,
What up?
going on, buddy?
Yo. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Listen, your Instagram name fits right with your stand-up. Christian got jokes, man, because you definitely got jokes. You're definitely very savvy with it, very smart with it. You're not like your guy who gets on stage and just screams a whole bunch of stuff. Your jokes actually have metaphors and they make fucking sense, which is great.
I think you put like emotion in that, like that awkwardness with a little bit of, a little bit of sass in that shit, and it's just like ultra funny to me.
Thank you.
It's the deliverance. It's the deliverance. The way you deliver that shit, I was just like, yo.
I'll be like, but yeah, man, welcome to the show, man. Christian Santiago, aside from him being a comedian, he's a very big guy in investing. He invests in real estate, property management, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into that later on. Real estate, put a little comedic twist to it, because there's a lot of things that go on in the real estate industry. La Dueña is a real estate investor herself. So this is right up her valley. It's perfect subject. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo.
I gotta call me El Dueño.
El Dueño, yes, El Dueño in the house.
Hey.
There you go. So you guys should team up, man. El Dueño, La Dueña.
That's a good one. Okay.
Word, that should be
Like
fun, man.
We could do like a post north-south type little tour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But just to add something funny to it, me and Christian actually knew each other, but we didn't know each other. We knew each other through other people, and we actually lived in the same building. Never bumped into each other. I know your parents, which is funny, and you know my parents. And I told my mother, "Yo, I'm gonna have the neighbor, the kid that grew up in the first floor is gonna be in the show." It's like, "Oh my God, ese niño tan bonito, tan bueno. Christian is funny." Anyway, but she was hyped. So you have fans. You got fans in the older crowd too. You heard?
Yeah, no, every time it's mad funny because you mentioned every time I see your mom, she's like, "Ay, qué niño tan precioso, tan bello, Dios te lo bendiga." And I'm just like, "Ay, gracias." Like, and then it's funny because like you said, we lived in the same building forever. Like I know your parents, like my parents and whatnot. And I never knew that you had a pod. Like I never knew that we was in kind of the same lane.
Yeah, it's funny.
So
it's very funny.
Connected.
Yeah, because you also have a podcast yourself. Let's talk about your podcast real quick so that people get familiar with it. Where they can find it at, and what does it consist of?
Yes. So like, me and my friends, we started our own podcast. It's called the Neapolitan Ice Cream Podcast. I don't know if they're listening in or anything, but shout out to Will and Joe and our cameraman Jacob, who edits the videos and does all that. And my boy Jaheim, he comes through all the time, and he's a frequent contributor to the show. So if he's listening, shout out to Jaheim. But yeah, it's basically a topical kind of podcast where it's the idea is, if y'all know what the Neapolitan ice cream is that one that has the vanilla chocolate and the strawberry one. And so, like, not to give it away, but one of the co-hosts is white, one is black, and then
So you're the
You're
strawberry.
Yeah, Dominican don't got a flavor. So,
Strawberry.
I'm strawberry by default. So yeah. Like, that's the concept of the podcast. Is basically there's a different flavor in every scoop. You know what I'm saying? So we've been working on putting together some more content, some more we want to work on some more skits, things like that, more segments. So we've been recording. We put it out weekly. We've been doing that for almost 3 years now. So if you want to tune in, we're on all streaming platforms, on YouTube as well. You can follow us on Instagram. We put up clips every week at Neapolitan Podcast. And it's real funny. Like we're characters, and I think that what makes it work well is that we got real good chemistry with each other. So we talk about like literally everything. Like we talked about investing, and we don't know shit about like stocks or anything like that. But like we were talking about like the GameStop stock, and a bunch of people could relate to that, because it's funny to hear people talk about what they don't know about.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, but I'm sure you guys do a little bit of research. But another thing that me and you have in common is, now that you mentioned it, Dinner at the Round Table has 3 years themselves. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. Yeah, we're like
y'all twins.
We're like the opposite of each other, but at the same time we have many coincidences.
Yeah.
You're like the long lost brother never had. I finally found you. Anyway.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, your last name Santiago. That's the city that
that's where you're from.
Dominican Republic, so you already know. So it's like, I used to drink beers with your dad at 170 in Broadway all the time. Crazy. I had no idea you were her son.
Shout out to my pop.
Your son.
Shout out to my pop. Yo le mandé el link. Él está en Santo Domingo ahora, pero si tú no lo estás viendo, te amo, papi. Pero
you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So let's get into your comedic career. You performed in a lot of venues that are popular. So I know that you're popping in the comedic field. You're popping because for you to perform in those venues, you have to have some type of repertoire already, right? So when did you start being a stand-up comic?
So I started the whole road to comedy pretty much around the same time I started the podcast. It was kind of hand in hand. So it's almost been 3 years. I had my first ever show was in 2018. So yeah, it's been 3 years. And I've performed in a bunch of clubs. I worked in a bunch of clubs. So it's been interesting just maneuvering through that. I'm still kind of relatively new when it comes to stand up, because before I did any open mic, I had my first performance in front of people before I ever did an open mic too. So I didn't have any sort of experience or anything like that when I got in it. And I'm still learning a lot with the whole comedy scene, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun just maneuvering through it all. New York City is the best city for stand-up, I think. I mean,
yes, definitely, I agree.
Yeah.
There's so much. So
comedy scene here is ill.
And the spots that you performed at already, let the people know which spots in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the Broadway one, which I've been to that one a few times, and to be up in that one, I know you definitely have like Nelly was saying, you have to have a sort of a resume, you know what I mean, to be able to perform in establishes like that one. So for you to be in comedy in 3 years, I think that's pretty damn good, because you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, oh my God, you probably got to be doing this type of stuff for 10 years or 15 years in the making, nah, you stepped up the ladder real quick.
That shows you your determination, man, and the will for you to try to make it up there, So
yeah, she got it popping. Okay.
I don't want not to diminish anything I've done, but really what it is because my in that short period of time, my resume isn't as long as a lot of people. So for me to perform in these venues, I'm blessed to have people that support me, and I'm blessed to have a core group of people that kind of, you know, turn out for anything that I do. So when I get bookings at a club or anything, they know what to expect as far as me bringing people, the type of show that I put on, and just, you know, they know what they get with me. So, you know, when I perform, I perform at Broadway Comedy Club, New York Comedy Club, The Stand. I was actually, prior to the pandemic, I was hosting an open mic at Greenwich Village Comedy Club on Monday.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, wow.
Monday night.
That's big time right there.
Yeah.
So, you know, prior, you know, it was from 5:30 to 6:30, right before the club would open to the public. So we would go, me and a couple friends of mine, we would go in and we'd kind of manage, as a group, we'd manage like an open mic.
That's what's
in
up.
the club.
Greenwich Village, you know, because I remember all the time I would be walking by around that time, like you just mentioned, and it would be totally packed. And I was wondering, whoa, what the heck is going on in there? But, you know,
Yeah,
I never made it to go in there and take a peek and see that it was a comedy, because I'd be totally with that, you know, because I'm funny too, you know.
yeah, I'm telling you, when we were chopping it up, you were saying that you would love to, like, y'all was saying y'all wanted to try stand up, and the open mic.
I did it.
I did. I want to do one. I want to do one stand up. I want to do one stand up in my whole life. Just one.
Just one.
It's
Just
like,
give me 10 minutes. Let me go ham.
Christian,
it's like Pringles though. You can't just do one.
I just want to do one. I'm a DJ. I'm good. I just want to do one. I know my lane.
so
What do you
Christian,
mean?
I know my lane,
Something
and I got the perfect joke, especially if I'm in New York doing it. I'm gonna be like, yo, New York is the only place that people get mad at you for trying to commit suicide. What the fuck? I'm late for work, my nigga. What's wrong with you?
Oh my God.
Christian, since you host, you know, the open mics, do you think this would be a great intro for La Dueña right here? This is our intro.
This is the song, la 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 la, Elmo's song. Shut the fuck up!
She's been known to have an Elmo voice, so that's like part of her. That's part of her gig. That's part of her gig right there. Like,
Do a little bot to that too, like when you come out.
Hell no. Forget
Yeah.
y'all. Forget y'all.
Yo,
yeah.
you be
He
getting
swears I
laughs.
sound like Elmo.
No.
I do when I'm drunk. Yeah, when I'm drunk, I do sound like Elmo.
That ass.
Like Casamigos, you know?
She's gonna wear like a slick dress with her thunder thighs showing, kind of provocative.
Definitely something like.
That's the selling point, the thunder thighs.
There you go. There you go.
Stage name.
Dueña.
What?
That's your stage name. Thunder
La
Thigh.
Dueña.
There you go, man. Yeah, man. But as a comedian, what tools are important in order to be a successful comedian, in your opinion?
This is gonna sound like a cheap answer, but you got to be funny.
Damn. Can you state the obvious?
No, but you know, aside from being funny, I think people don't understand that in order to be like a successful comedian, that's what I'm starting to learn too, is that really it's more about like who you know, and more so how you can maneuver through the scene. As far as like being successful, what I've seen and I've noticed too is that a lot of people don't put, and that's what I'm working on too, trying to put together the whole package. Like I think I'm very funny, but what I'm working on is trying to just like package all that to make it where I'm more, while I work on my networking skills, I become more marketable and I can kind of maneuver through the scene, because comedy is a hard scene to move through, and that kind of like is hard to manage too, just because of the nature of what it is. Like if you think about it, you're in a dark basement standing on a stage by yourself talking to strangers. Like if you really think about what comedy is, that is what you're doing. You're going from basement to basement, pitch black, in a room full of drunk people. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of what goes on in comedy is a little like it's like some shady business sometimes too, and a lot of even like the business, like from the business standpoint too, like just trying to get paid and make a living off of comedy is hard. Like I can't tell you like just
the sleazy promoters trying to like not pay you off.
They be trying to give.
You know what? We didn't make enough at the bar today, so can't pay you, buddy. Sorry, you were funny, but we can't pay you. And you're like,
what? Yeah.
That's your inner person. Like, what the fuck?
What the? I mean, we may know a little bit about that shady shit.
Yeah.
But
I actually have.
you gotta
have
step on a
good...
couple people to make your way up where you at today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. We
clubs,
don't rock like that here at dinner at the round table.
In comedy
that's another round table.
And in dance clubs too, there's a lot of sleazy business going on, especially with the promoters. I know because I have a lot of friends that are comedians themselves, and I also was a promoter myself at clubs, right? So I know how the game works. I was never a sleazy promoter. I always paid on time, but I know that happens a lot, and it's kind of sad that at first when you're coming up, you have to deal with that. But once you hit a certain point of fame, then they're gonna be on your balls, like, oh my god, they want you to come in all the time, they want you to do favors. But then you remember when they was being sleazeballs, you know, you know what? I'm gonna charge a little bit extra, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. Absolutely. And just to add on to the whole, like, what else you need as a comedian, not to just like talk about the negative stuff with it being sleazy, but just really having your own voice. I think that helps a lot. Like, I think that the more a lot of the jokes that I tell is like based on, like, it's not like exact truths. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh, everything happens the way I say it does, but there's truth to everything I say. And it's like my voice and my story and everything. I like that. And people can tell the difference when it's like genuine and it's like a real, like, they can tell when you put your voice behind it and you get better responses from that. So people can definitely tell. So anyone that is looking to be a comedian, I think you're going to find that you're going to feel a lot better about the art you put out, the jokes you put out, just the responses you get once you start being yourself and you find your voice in that. So I think it'll work out for
delivery.
When it comes to like do you like write jokes or do you just memorize them? Like, what's your process of like developing something that you think that everybody will find funny?
So when I started comedy, I thought I could just go on the stage and start talking shit. Just, you know.
That's what I thought too.
Like, I could just go and start telling a story. Like, you know, I just be like, yo, so what's up? Like, and then I tried doing that and I'm just like, no, that doesn't work. So I definitely
Get off the stage! What the hell's going on with this guy?
Like, and everyone can have their own process too. I'm not gonna say that like whatever I do is like the end all be all. Like, you got to do it like this. But I found for myself it was a lot harder to do comedy when it's not written. Because if you listen to like rappers and shit like Jay-Z and like Lil Wayne, they always say, "Oh, I don't write none of my rhymes. I don't write bars, nothing like that." I was like, "Oh shit, me neither. I ain't gonna write. What the fuck?
I'll be the freestyle comedian.
I'm the GOAT, baby.
You said I'm the GOAT.
I'm the GOAT, baby."
I was like, if Jay doesn't write, what am I gonna write for? So I used to hate writing. Like in school, like I used to hate like doing work. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna write. Like, it's the whole point I want to do this because I don't want to write. Like, but I definitely do write every single and I've gotten better too, where I can freestyle now. Like, if like I've got like the one thing that you do get better at with the more you do it is crowd work and your ability to like freestyle.
Improv, yeah, that's very important.
Improv, like, and that's just from working those muscles. So like I've gotten way better at. Like, when somebody says something to the crowd, I can respond better. I can it won't throw me off and things like that. But everything for the most of the stuff that I have is a written set.
Okay. All right, I got another question. Do you feel like roasting, like, you know, when hecklers try to get at you?
Oh my god.
You feel like roasting is an art form? Because I watch a couple of comedy podcasts and they be talking wild shit, bro.
Roasting, you talking about
how
like the audience
and all that?
Yo,
you talking about roasting the audience?
Yeah. When niggas
have you had a heckler, like a real annoying heckler?
Yeah.
You wanted to punch him in the face? Have you had that?
Yeah. Like, do you roast the shit out that guy?
Like, I haven't gotten to the point where I've gotten someone where it's like, yo, all right, shut the fuck, you know, like when they're talking a lot,
fuck you up.
I'm like, all right, like chill, my man, like you gotta stop. I definitely had people like talk in between sets, and the more you do it, the better you get at handling stuff like that. Because the worst thing, you don't want to give them shine. You don't want them to outshine you too.
Yeah.
So like it's best if you're nice and you could just like shut him down real quick and just make a joke out of him and then keep it moving. Like that's like where it is. But if you stay stuck in him, then he's your set. Like he's got your stage time too. Like you're giving him your shine. So
they gotta pay him too.
Yeah.
exactly. They gotta pay him at the end of the night too. But I haven't been in a position where I've had someone at that extent. Like it's one or two exchanges, like one line or here and there. And if you could just make them laugh, like that, they stop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
Let's go.
You ready to know? So yeah, hecklers out there. Christian is ready. Got his shotgun with him. Now he's the property owner.
I actually like appreciate that you giving me the shine. You know what I'm saying? Like other people are like, you know, oh, I hope you don't be joking on me or I'm with my girl or something like that. Maybe that's why. But if it was me, because you know, I think I left with you. I'd be like, oh shit, La Dueña.
Oh my God, talking about that.
A lot of people.
I'm gonna catch you after the show, but I got you.
I was at this fucking Latino comedy show, and there's this very famous Ecuadorian comic, and she dressed, you know, as a guy that dresses up like a older lady, right? And I was sitting front and center because one of the music artists that was performing in between, I kind of like accessorize him, whatever, with like stuff. Dude, and I came in right in between the show while, you know, the person was performing, and I sat down. You know, I'm kind of heavy now, I'm kind of chunky, and I was wearing this tight ass like polo shirt and shit, and I sat down, and she got at me. She said, "Mírate gordito, y esa camisa, se la robaste a tu hermano." She was going in for half an hour, and I was like, but
Oh my God.
I know what she got at me because I came in like right in between her set, and I kind of probably upset her. Does that upset comedians?
We definitely, like, some comedians are definitely like very particular about shit like that. Like like you interrupting their set, like you not being there for their whole set. Like, especially if they see that their material is not working, and then like you come in and they see something that they can make a joke of, and they know their material is not rocking, they'll be like, oh, maybe I could just clown on this dude. And if they see that that's working, like it was probably working, people were laughing, right?
Yeah, oh, they were cracking the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why she was on it for half an hour. She was like, oh, yeah,
going.
Yeah,
that was ammunition.
Yeah.
It's only me and my boy. We're the only Dominicans there. Everybody else there is Ecuadorian, Colombian. So she got Dominican jokes too. Like, it was crazy.
She was ready.
Killing us.
Don't fuck with Ecuadorians.
La Dueña. She was like dressed up, but she had the same hair as you and all that. Actually.
Oh, for real? Oh, it was me actually, but I know.
Surprise.
So Christian, as a comedian, do you have like that one shot quitter joke that you tell in all your sets, or that you have it like in your pocket just in case something goes wrong at the end? You just pow hit him with the last freaking joke and it's over. You got that one?
I think I have a few like haymakers like that are pretty much guaranteed to work anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of on the problem with me, like and this is like a blessing and a curse. I get tired of my material real quick. So,
you know what? I think that's with everyone, no matter what you're doing, because you guys know I'm a singer too. And when I'm like, you know, rehearsing and hearing the song over and over and over again so that I can get to the studio to record it right and stuff, it's like by the time I get to the studio, it's just like, damn, this song sucks, you know, like what the fuck? Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel
this is how La Dueña sounds when she sings. She sounds like an angel. She sounds like an angel.
Compared to how I think I actually sound, which is the Elmo.
I'm telling you,
that's the comedic version.
If you can mix in the singing with the comedy, you got like a nice little show right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But it's crazy because singers that I've spoken to actually helped me with that, because I used to be like, yo, I hate just telling the same jokes all the time. Yeah. And then they were saying, like, imagine how we feel where I perform the same song 25 times. Like, how do you
imagine those songs like that make the Billboard and the charts and stuff like that, like Cardi B You know what I mean? Bodak
Imagine-
Black. She must have
yo,
sung that like 4,000 times. She must have been sick of that song.
Yeah.
You know?
The worst part is when you get a residency in Vegas, you got to do the same performance every night for the rest of your life.
Yo,
Oh, man.
Basically, Lane Dion or some shit.
or J-Lo, you
You
know,
know-
performing the same thing for years and years and
It's
years.
like you live in like
Especially the fact that they're
Groundhog.
not dropping any new music.
Yeah, it's like Bill Murray and Groundhog Day. Every fucking day you got to do the same thing. It's
No, but
crazy.
you know what? I mean, that type of stuff works though, because like, all right, I worked in the hotels and in Times Square, and you guys know Billy Joel. I think it's Billy Joel. Yeah, everybody knows Billy Joel. He's legendary. So like,
That's
he
my
does the same
favorite. Moving
concert.
now.
He has the same concert, and it's always sold out. And people travel from all over the United States to come to Manhattan to watch Billy Joel perform, but yet he never had any new material for years and years and years, and his concerts are still selling out. And I was
Yeah.
always thinking in the back of my head, I was
Yeah.
like, damn, yo, this motherfucker's a G, like to be selling out
not
with the
even-
same
it's
old
not even-
songs over and over again.
Yo, he has a
It's like you
lifetime
have to
contract.
remember, music is not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not-
music's not like
not
that.
like that.
That's true.
No, but he has a lifetime he has a lifetime contract with MSG with Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Okay,
I've gone twice. I've gone twice. He has a lifetime
Oh.
contract. See, because what's his name? James Dolan is like obsessed with Billy Joel. That's like his favorite you know, whatever. rock.
You know, James Dolan has a band, right?
Yeah, he does too. He actually plays sometimes with Billy
Yeah.
Joel thing in the concert. Yeah.
He puts himself in.
Well, he goes and he plays instruments and shit, but he doesn't like really sing.
What instruments that he plays?
He does the drums and the guitar too. And the little ding, 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 ding.
The triangle?
Bling,
The
bling, bling.
triangle. The what they call it? Trampoline? What do you call that shit?
No, the
He needs
triangle.
more cowbell.
He's
More
getting-
cowbell.
If
A
he
harp?
put as much effort into the Knicks that he does to his music, he
The
probably win a
triangle.
championship.
Oh, the triangle. I'm really
The
good at that.
triangle.
Bing,
Are you-
bing,
Yeah, man.
bing.
But yeah, man, it's crazy.
But you know, it needs more
So-
cowbell.
Christian, you're then at the round table exclusively. We asked you the question if you have one of those one shot quitters, you know, one of those jokes that you just kill it with. Would you like to reveal it here in the Dinner at the Round Table podcast? Because whoever goes to see a show, they're gonna see it eventually. Might as well just spill the beans, brother.
Yeah. It's crazy because I was talking to my friend about this, and we were talking about like how New York legalized marijuana, like finally, like like weed is legal now. And so I was saying they got a bunch of new apps for they're coming out with new apps for how to buy like weed and like other stuff. So they coming out with like a new app where you can like rate who you buy from, the weed, and it's almost like
Dealer?
it's like a Yelp for drug dealers.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
What is this snitch app right here?
Oh shit!
Yo, fuck that dude, Carlos. Don't go see him. He got that whack bud.
You got 3 stars. I got 5 stars, yo.
Yo, you know the guy Flacco from down the block? Fuck that dude, man.
This shit is skimpy, bro.
Yeah, the Yelp.
Yo,
Yeah.
before you know, we'll probably see them on Groupon and shit like that.
Buy a house, get a half off.
Buy this coupon and buy
You
one.
buy
get
this
one free type
coupon.
shit.
Thinking like that, you get a Valentine's Day package. They got a dozen
With
roses.
free condoms and shit. Like, yeah, you say party package.
They can buy the block gift bag. Some roses.
Yeah, now but the Yelp for drug dealers is actually called Yo.
Yo! I love it. I fucking love it. Hey, so we'll see commercials and Facebook ads and
Make sure you rate us on your
on your
Yo.
yo, that's fucking funny.
Get 5 stars.
Someone finally did it too,
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah. You get 5 years.
the year
5 years. That's how many R's are at the back of your
Yeah.
shit.
You get 5 R's.
You're.
That's how you know the block is fine.
That's how you know they're nice. You're. I got 10.
Probably the New York shit, right? Like, am I mistaken? Nobody
Like
does
that. You
New
have
York.
it by
Florida
blocks
says
and
that.
shit.
I'm in Florida. Nobody says that shit. I said it and it was just like,
What is that?
God, what is that? That sounds amazing.
What is that? A mating call?
Now that find the nearest dealer
No.
near me.
You
Yeah.
said a mating call.
You can see the who has lunch specials.
That shit is funny. But yo, I wanted to ask you, like, when you're on stage, do you ever need any like assistance, to get the job done? Like for instance, for me, when I'm about to go on stage to sing, I gotta have at least a shot, maybe two. I try not to go to three, but if it takes too long for me to get on stage, then I'm gonna go to three and keep fucking with me. I'll go to four. And by the time it's time for me to go up and sing, it's like
Then-
I'm just like,
no, the way you stop it.
so
No.
Christian, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, have a
So
special weapon to kind of help you get the job done?
So I can't do like a full, like I can't do a set if I'm drunk or like high. Like I can't,
Oh, okay.
like I forget like where I'm at. And
Yeah.
so I just I tried it once where I was drunk and I was stumbling. I was like all over.
Oh, okay. It didn't work for
Yeah.
you.
So I'll usually like I'll have like a beer or two or something like that, but I can't get drunk and then go up stage. But usually once I get a first laugh, that's all I need. Like once I get one laugh, I'm like, oh, all right.
That's
I'm
your
good.
that's your
Yeah, like that's my,
ammunition.
That's the sign. That's the
sign. Like if it takes me a while to get that first laugh, then I'm like, oh, all right. Like maybe I should have taken a shot because the nerves start kicking in.
Have you ever been in a situation, Christian, where like someone booed at you? Because that's my worst nightmare. Like you go on stage and they're just not feeling it. And you know what I'm saying? Like me, I performed on stages in Dykeman and in 207. And you know what I'm saying? That's a tough crowd. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, thank God so far I haven't had that problem. The only one that didn't like me, there's one that I saw that didn't like me, but she just hated on me because she's a singer too. So, so later on, I was like putting the pieces together. I was like, oh, you show up and you just hate me. But everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Then they started recognizing me, you know what I'm saying, when I'm going to the restaurants and the bars. They're like, oh, you Latveria, you can sing. But
have you ever got one of these while you're performing?
You suck. You're fired.
No.
But
thank God.
No. But I would rather get that. Like the worst thing to me is silence. Like if they're just like dead face, just staring at you, like
Ooh.
I think that's way like if somebody says you suck or like they boo or something, like I could work with that. Like I could make a joke out of that or something.
Really?
Yeah, like I could take that and do something with it. But if you're just quiet, I'm just like it's so awkward.
Yeah, it's
There's
awkward.
no feedback on
awkward
that.
silence.
Yeah. Like at least I'm getting something. Like if you boo me, that means I made you feel something. Like good, bad, like it's something. Like if you're just there silent, that means that nothing's hitting for you.
I feel you. That
Might
makes
be
sense.
it might be somebody who doesn't have a sense of humor too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've had people that like either during my set, like they'll tell me like this one lady told me I can't use the word pussy, and I was like, I can say whatever the fuck I want, like you know.
Oh my god.
Yo, it's a
He
comedy
like,
killer.
is she a Karen, like a Karen or something?
Yeah,
Karen.
And
Be
then
out there, man.
I made a joke about Harry Potter once. And somebody came up, somebody found me after my set and said, like,
that you're a muggle.
Yeah, no. Well, they said like I didn't really like your Harry Potter joke. I felt some type of way about it. I'm like,
whoa, excuse me.
Oh my god.
Do they identify as a
Leviosa or whatever the hell they wanted to fucking? I thought they were about to pull a wand out.
Probably a Harry Potter fan or some shit.
Yeah, it's like Uptown. You scared they might?
I mean, for Harry Potter.
On you, but
downtown. Yo, the Harry Potter fans is hardcore.
Yo,
don't you dare speak about Harry like that,
bro. Harry Potter, like to get up to where it was at, you know, in popularity and shit like that. A lot of them had to be like really obsessive and really into that shit, you know. Yeah. So you struck a nerve when you came with Harry Potter.
And he probably came like he knew fucking Harry Potter personally. Don't you speak about Harry like that, you piece of shit.
Called him like
that he was like, wait, do you know him? You know him? Give him this message. Tell him I don't give a fuck.
Gryffindor, baby.
You probably, he's like, you probably went to Slytherin.
You're probably a Slytherin.
Yeah.
No, he's like, you from Hugglepuff.
As bitch.
Fuck out of here.
in your years of doing
La
comedy,
Dueña's from Hugglepuff.
Fuck you.
and you're used to doing comedy, have you like bumped into like a female friend that follows you and to all your like shows, and each time
A
you say a joke,
groupie?
each time you're like a groupie, and then each time you say a joke, she's like, oh,
You silly.
Nah, I don't got.
What kind of pterodactyl ass bitch is that?
Who does that? Nelson probably got some girl, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying, all obsessive and shit. And that's how she,
it happens because you probably, I'm sure you have, or if you haven't had it yet, you're gonna have it in the future. You'll have those a couple of fans that follow you everywhere that you go, and females, when they have a couple of drinks in them, if they're groupies, they're gonna throw panties at the stage. They're gonna start screaming and shit after every joke, even the ones that are not really that funny. They're gonna be.
You're telling me I could expect in a couple years that I'm just gonna be snatching panties off in the air. Just
wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's the dream, brother.
That's the dream, right? That's everybody's dream.
As long as they ain't dirty panties, you good.
Or granny panties.
Oh, they got panty liners on it. What the fuck is going on?
Oh!
Oh no!
What? Throw it at the panty liners. What the fuck?
I'd be sick, bro.
Damn, man. She got a fucking Chipotle line on the panty liner. What the fuck?
It's a Chipotle. Oh god. Oh god.
Wow, this shit just got explicit.
Oh man.
You do anything for Chipotle.
Oh man. But have you had any fans like that yet? They're like super faithful and they just come to all your shows that you've noticed?
Yeah, my mother, maybe.
Like, I haven't found that one crazy white girl yet.
Christian's a papi chulo, so you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you know what I'm saying?
Listen, yeah, look, he's a handsome guy, man, and he's funny. But I'll tell you this much: a friend of mine, who's he's a comedian, Tommy 5000. You know him, right?
Yeah.
He's from up the block, 170 in Audubon. But anyway, the whole thing is, he was this girl that used to follow him around, but he never noticed because he has a good crowd all the time, whatever. She's always like dead in the middle. He's like, one day, one of his friends was like, yo, dude, that girl, I'm telling you, I seen her in the last 10 shows. He's like, nah, you bugging the fuck out. She probably looks like any other Jennifer from the block, right? Whatever the case is. The whole point is they found out that she was really like stalking him and that she did one of those moves where she screamed in one of his shows and then she threw a panty at him and a whole bunch of shit. So
whoa.
That's when he knew he made it.
Yeah.
5,000, baby.
Don't worry, Christian. Let me know what show you got next. I'll I'll find someone to get
while we're
throw
on,
some
I have
panties
a show. I have a show.
You're gonna find somebody to throw panties at?
Or it could be me.
I'm gonna send somebody in my place.
Hey, she might take a trip to one of the shows and just like throw
I
the
can say
panties.
it's me on national television.
She's gonna boomerang the boomerang the fucking,
This is the internet.
the panty to you, then go to JFK, grab a flight back down to Orlando, and say it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I was here the whole time, man.
What you talking about?
It's gonna
Don't worry about it.
you're written on it. It's talking about it.
Got my
Christian.
phone number written on it.
I know, right? Please call me. I do real estate. You be like, who the fuck is this?
Real estate call
She
me.
just gave herself up. Like,
Why are you guys getting at me like that?
She's gonna throw the real estate panties at you.
That's the business card.
Yo, what if she just give herself?
That's
What if she
actually
give
not a
herself
bad
up?
idea. That's not
She
a
would
bad
give
idea.
herself up immediately if she did that.
You will get a call back.
Yeah, I know I will.
Oh. Anyway, so Kristen, so also have you considered possibly in the future, or maybe you're already doing it, I'm not sure. I know you did like a sketch comedy situation on YouTube, on Jim the Scientist, I think it is, on YouTube.
Yeah, so I was acting in one of my boys. Shout out to Nick Lavisi. I don't know if he's on whatever, but yeah, we done a couple shows together, and I acted out in the sketch that he wrote. And so yeah, I definitely did. I still do want to get into sketch writing, mostly writing, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. Not in the acting portion.
Maybe I think I
did a good job as the reporter, as was Rondo, what was his name? Chris Rolando or some shit.
No, it was Chet, but Chip Angelo.
Chip Angelo, there you go. It's Chip Angelo. We're gonna play it later on so we can see it before we jump into the main topic.
But yeah, I think I could definitely see myself acting in sketches. I always envisioned myself being like a TV writer. Before the pandemic, I was actually in the sketch writing program at the Upright Citizens Brigade at UCB. So I was in the sketch writing program for that. And hopefully now, the pandemic slowed a lot of things down for me on the comedy front. So
yeah, all of us.
Jump back
with
in
the singing thing.
Yeah, everything. And all types of entertainment, basically, is just.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping now that things start opening back up, I can kind of get back, build some momentum. I actually haven't performed at all, really. I did a couple Zoom shows throughout the whole pandemic, but I haven't performed since in front of a live audience since December of 2019. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the whole comedy thing, the whole swing of it. I actually have my first show back at Broadway Comedy Club next Sunday, July 8th.
Okay.
At 3:30.
Damn, too bad I'm gonna miss that one.
Don't worry, I got one in August too, August 13th.
Okay.
That's a Friday night. So again, July 18th, 3:30 p.m. Broadway Comedy, and August 18th. I'm trying to get back. This is gonna be my Jordan in 90. When did Jordan come back? 96, 97, whenever.
Yeah.
When he made the
comeback.
The comeback.
It's gonna come back. Yo,
Yeah, but at the Broadway location, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So if anybody, you can get tickets at the door. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
So next Sunday in August, what? 13th, you said?
So yeah, July 18th, that's next Sunday, and then August 13th, Friday, August 13th, I believe at 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m., something like that. Yeah.
And both at the Broadway location.
Both are at Broadway Comedy, yes.
Okay.
I think my
fans
siblings
to come see you.
Yeah, for sure. I think my siblings caught one of your shows too, right?
I was just about to ask you because somebody stopped me in the building. I can't remember who it was, and they said I was mad funny. And I'm like, yo, how do you know I do comedy? And they're like, oh, we follow you on Instagram. Was it your sister?
I think it was my sister, my brother. They went to a show.
Yeah.
And they saw you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're fans. The show.
Oh, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. That's crazy because that was probably still early. I even when I started comedy, I did comedy for a year before I told my family. I was just still testing the waters before I even wanted to tell anybody. So that was I think that was early, and I was like, yo, how do y'all know I do comedy? I don't know.
Oh man, but listen, real quick, we're gonna jump into a little skit that you did. We're just gonna play a little bit of it. Jim the Scientist, so I can see Christian doing his acting skills here real quick. So we're gonna jump into that real quick. Then at the Roundtable Podcast, you already know we had comedian Christian Santiago in the building. Go check him out at Christian Got Jokes on Instagram and on Facebook. The same thing. You got any other social media outlets?
I got a couple sets on YouTube. I think at the YouTube is Christian's Got Jokes too as well. Facebook, same thing. I think it's Christian Santiago on Facebook. Actually, to be honest, I don't use Facebook that much, but Instagram.
You made that Facebook before you became a comedian. So
definitely. It's just been chilling there, but Yeah, Instagram, Christian's Got Jokes. I'm hoping to put together a website soon. That's awesome.
You need a website. I kind of consider the website to be like a digital business card. You know what I'm saying? If I just want to see who's Christian Got Jokes, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what this Christian's about.
Yeah, man. So let's get the show on the road, man. You already know what it is. Christian Got Jokes, man. Christian Santiago, the comedian, representing Uptown. You already know what it is. The Roundtable Podcast.
Thanks for putting all this together. He would not do this interview unless it was in a quote unquote fancy house. Here he is now.
Hi, thank you so much for being here. I'm Chip's producer, Erica. If you don't mind, we need to get started as soon as possible. We're really trying to get this to air on the 6 o'clock news, okay? Great.
Pretty fancy.
Hey, we try.
Hello, America. Chip Angelo here in this very fancy house with Jim, a former scientist that worked with Professor Lopez at the Mays Institute of Wonder.
Hiya.
So, Jim, what exactly did you do at the MIW?
Oh, Chip, I did quite a few things. I helped clean the beakers. I built the mazes. And also, I threw out the garbage.
Interesting.
But mostly, I was the one that bought the cheeses for the rat mazes.
What was that?
It was my duty to learn the eating habits of each of the rats.
Let's cut for a second. Excuse me. Hi, Jim. I don't mean to be rude, but
So there you have it, folks.
Professor
Chris and Santiago and Jim the scientist. The whole joke is that he's not really a scientist. He was just like a little helper, right, or something. You're like, what the hell? I thought this guy was a scientist.
Yeah, no, he is. He was not a scientist. Let's just say that.
Apparently not.
you were like, wait,
He said,
cut this real quick.
He said, I bought the cheese for the rat mazes. He's like, oh, wait.
What?
That was hilarious.
Enthusiast.
If you guys want to catch it, you can go to Christian Got Jokes on the Instagram. Tap the link right there on the bio, and it brings out a list, and it said it'll say watch my appearance on Jim the Scientist on YouTube, or you can just look up Jim the Scientist right on YouTube, and it'll come up, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. So that you guys want to see the full version, you know what I'm saying? You guys can go check it out. It's real funny. It's a real funny skit, and yeah, it was dope, man. I think you got it for sketch comedy as an actor as well, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm taking acting classes myself, and just that little few seconds right there, I was just like, oh, okay, you're a natural in front of the camera.
Oh, don't gas me. Like,
all right, let me find. No, I'm dead ass because I see a lot of there's a lot of professionals. It's a mixture in the class, right? We work with this film director that does a lot of work for J-Lo, and then we seen the Yandel and trying to put Latinos on the map and stuff. His name's Ulysses. Shout out to Ulysses Terrero and his brother Jesse Terrero. But anyway, so yeah, in the class is like a mixture. So you could kind of tell who, we know everyone's experience. You're a newbie. I was a newbie. I didn't know nothing about acting. I just want to give it a shot. And then we're in the same class with other Oscar nominated actors. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell the difference. But that right there, I was like, oh, okay, I see that acting potential in you.
Oh man, no, don't. You're gonna make my head.
Oh shit! She's saying you got it.
You got it.
You might get it.
You so shut up.
I might get a business card.
Oh Lord. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, let's see what other things Christian likes. So we was talking about earlier that you are also into real estate investing, which happens to be my alley as well, except I do it down here in Florida. So tell us.
Yeah, so for sure. Let's take a little break before we jump into the main topic. We're gonna start it off with we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna play a song so you can see that Dueña in action with her music, you heard? So she can, say I want her to have facts on top of facts, you heard? When she talks about it. But Dueña does music for you guys that didn't know that. So we're gonna bring that up real quick. Dueña in the house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Receipts with Don Tehran. You already know what it is, man. We in the building. La Dueña.
This is Dinner at the Round Table Podcast.
Tell her what's up, my slim. When we touch the street, shot the truck my peace. And she know me nah go mad like the Gabali. She keep me covered like the blankets, so me nah go leave. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. If I show you what I'm doing, you will never believe. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. Hey, hey.
I ain't got no reason. I've been down since day one. Yo estuve ahí cuando lo estaba. No sé qué es lo que me dices con esa mirada. Yo estuve contigo en las buenas y malas. Y tú sabes que en la cama yo soy tu diabla. Y tú sabes que soy leal. Sí, tú sabes que soy tu mujer. Y en la calle a mí nadie se me va a cuadrar. Baby, yo soy la dueña. Yo soy divina cuando fumo leña. Me pongo las estrellas y resueña. Ella no tiene cuerpo, tú sabes, ella está plana. Todo mi ropa, coche que pana. Y no te debo nada. She gave me a reason.
Tell her what's up, Miss Lee. When we touch the street, shot it up my keys. And she know me nah go bust like the grabber leaf. She keep me covered like the blankets, so me nah go leave. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. If I show you what I'm doing, you will never believe. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. Shotty sure receiver.
This is Dinner at the Round Table Podcast.
Ella no está a mi nivel. No hace lo que puedo hacer. Yo solita me puedo mantener. Pero mi hombre siempre quiere complacerme.
Tell her what's up, Miss Lee. When we touch the street, shot it up my keys. And she know me nah go bun like the grabber leaf. She keep me covered like the blankets, so me nah go leave. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. If I show you what I'm doing, you will never believe. Don't call the police. Don't call the police. Hey, hey.
He'll never let the next one come and take my spot. He too busy trying to rub all up in my G's. He can't see them thoughts upon the mirror fog. When them haters hear them shots, but love Jamaica in the yacht.
Dinner at the Round Table Podcast. You don't know what it is, man. I was that dueña, you know what I mean? Chilling, brio.
Don't call the police.
Don't call the police. No me llama la policía.
Don't call the police.
Yo, Christian, what you thought about that, man? She killed it?
Yeah, it was fire. Yo, I didn't know you was you was bilingual like that, fluent, like to go in and out in one song.
I mean, in the song, yes, but in reality, not so quite.
No, but that's impressive because I was gonna ask you, like, what do you feel more comfortable singing, English or Spanish?
I feel more
behave.
Spanish, 100%.
Oh, groovy, baby.
Nah, it sounded dope. Man, other day you produced that?
No, that wasn't me.
No, this one was this other Jamaican cat.
Oh, okay. Nah, it sounded good. You sounded good on that.
Oh, thank you. That was supposed to be originally made for the TV show Power on Stars, the 50 Cent. So it was supposed to be made for that, but we didn't get the deadline on time. But the theme was based on, I know, we didn't get there on time, but
yeah, baby.
actually took us for consideration, you know what I'm saying? Like that meant a lot right there. So I was like, oh shit, all right, Showtime? Or no, I'm sorry, not Showtime, Stars. Stars TV show? What? Oh yeah, I'm in there, but
one of those channels
on the cover, like on the
huh?
The cover in the song. That's the poster for Power, like in the train station.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah,
we did all of that, and we didn't get there on time. We missed the deadline. So
oh damn, you could have been the intro. It could have been you instead of Joe.
No, hell no. You saw what happened. Somebody tried to change that, right?
Oh yeah.
The next episode, they immediately changed it back. I think who they changed it
They got Trey Songz out of here.
They put Trey Songz in there, but I like Trey Songz version. It wasn't that bad, but nobody was feeling it.
No, it wasn't the original though.
Everybody like the original.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't fuck with the goodness.
Nah,
Yeah, you
no,
can't.
people weren't fucking with the Trey Songz one.
Yo, the memes I saw for that was just like they put y'all saw the meme, the one with the Friday where Ice Cube was in the store with the pimp. And they had all these different memes, yo. I was like, damn, they going in, yo. You see the very next show, which is next week, they changed it right back. They were like, all right, we ain't fucking with this. We made everybody mad.
Yeah, they went.
Everybody be submitting to Twitter. Wars.
Oh, it was?
Oh yeah. Yes. My man, the internet be bullying people to do shit.
Yo, that ass.
Absolutely. So let's get into the second half of the show. Real estate. We got two real estate experts here. La Dueña, El Dueño, Christian Santiago. The funny thing is, La Dueña, her first name is Christine and your first name is Christian. So you got the Chris's in the building. You already know what it is. This is a conspiracy, I tell you.
Too much of a coincidence happened.
Too much of a coinkadink.
I don't think so.
Anyway, so Christian, you just became a property owner yourself, a property investor, right? Correct? Can you tell our listeners, you and La Dueña, what that is, a property investor?
Right. So, and not thank you for calling me an expert, but I am like nowhere near close to an expert on. Don't think I'm some real estate mogul.
I was trying to shine some light on you, bro.
Christian, you are an expert, I tell you. More than I, sir.
Yeah, but yes. So I did become officially like a real estate investor this year when I purchased my first investment property. So I purchased a multifamily home out in Jamaica, Queens. And so your boy's a landlord now, and that's trippy in itself. Just thinking that
that's not easy.
No, it's not, and learning.
How is that like being a property investor in New York City?
It's still a little trippy to me just to think that I'm like a landlord. Like well, first off, I thought I had to go to school to be a landlord to get like some sort of title or do something.
No, because if any of these landlords went to school for that shit, you know how many problems I had up in New Jersey, up in New York, with all these damn landlords. I was just like, I have to school y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, anybody, all you have to do is just have the funds.
That's really it. And when you hear the word real estate investor, all that means is someone had enough money to buy real estate. That is all it means. It doesn't mean that they're an agent. It doesn't mean that they have a license.
A license.
It mean that they have anything. They just had enough money or were put in a position to own a piece of property. So when you hear someone say that they're real estate, that's all that means. It's a fancy way to say I own property. So and that's something I learned too. Like I used to think I had to get a real estate like a license to be like I thought I had to become an agent in order to own property or to be an investor. You don't. I mean, it could be helpful, but so when you hear people say they're real estate investors, that's what that means. And so I've had to learn how to become a landlord in the past couple months, just how to deal with tenants, how to deal with it like legally and not just making shit up and not like doing it the right way. So that's been a lot of learning curves that I've had. I had to learn how to draw up a lease, how to like accept payment legally. Like I'm starting to learn how to be a bookkeeper because I'm terrible at that. And
the good thing
capitalism.
You could just hire people to do all of that. You know, that's the good thing. Like you did the hardest part, which was getting the property.
Yeah.
So you got the property.
Or take a course in QuickBooks.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, and but like you said, the hardest part of buying. I mean, getting in real estate is starting and buying the first property. 70.
Sorry to interrupt you, but when you said the hardest part, I thought you said the hardest part of waking up is for the see income. That's why you was gonna say that shit. I'm sorry.
No, that would have been a good. If you would have had the sound bite for that, that would have been good though. You plug
Yeah,
it
that
in,
would have been like
off the
perfect.
microphone. But yeah, it's like there's a stat that says 75% of real estate investors don't buy a property.
Don't buy a property.
Right. So 75. Oh, my bad. 75% of failed real estate investors.
Oh,
Like,
failed. Yeah.
right. They never end up buying their first property. That's really what
they never started.
Exactly. So that means to say that your level of success once you do start and do get that first property is very high.
Very true.
A lot of people that can't get past that first hurdle of just buying that property.
And you know the craziest thing is that the first property is actually the easiest one to get, because if you know how to leverage, you know, the government system, the loan programs like FHA loans and stuff like that, if you buy your first property, you should make sure that your first property is multi-family, like what you got. The reason why your first property should be multi-family is because if you get an FHA loan, you only have one chance. I think you only got one chance to do it, and that means basically the FHA loan will allow you to put only 3% down for the property, versus if it was your second multifamily home or third or more, you would have to put 20% down. So by taking advantage of things like that, and there's grants out there, there's tax leverage, you know, because you're helping out the housing crisis that we got going on right now, you know, where it's very difficult to find real estate. There's not enough inventory. So there's a lot of shit going on now, especially
up in New York, there's plenty of inventory.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's true. In New York, yeah, because everybody's leaving and coming down here in Florida. But I'm in Florida, and inventory is hard right now.
I'm not trying to go down to Florida.
Florida is hot right now. Florida is blazing hot right now, as far as
hot.
Like, and pretty much, I mean, everywhere right now is hot, because right now everything's selling for like, well, you can get well over asking price on pretty much anything right now, because everyone's buying right now. Interest rates are still relatively low for where we're at. A point on the FHA too, like you mentioned it, I actually just learned this, but I thought too that you could you only get one shot at doing the FHA. So you can use you can do the FHA loan multiple times. You can only have one out. You can only have one active FHA loan at a time though. So if you were to buy a house with an FHA loan, and let's say you sell that house, you could you can purchase another home with an FHA loan. It's not, you can use it more than once actually.
I see, but you have to make sure the first property is fully paid off.
Either fully paid off or no longer, or it's fully paid off, sold, whatever, and whatever the circumstances.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, and a lot of people don't know that, and it's not only FHA loans. You know, there's all these other things that, if you go to this website called benefits.gov, it'll ask you like a questionnaire of your situation, where you're at financially and with your family and all that stuff, and then it'll bring up all these grants that are out there that you could apply for that suit your needs. You know what I mean? Because every individual has a different situation financially, you know, and everybody obtains their property differently. You know, you could either use your own money, or you could get a loan, or you could get hard money loan, or you could do what I do. I specialize in what's called seller finance. So seller finance, what that is basically you're negotiating directly with the homeowner, and it's kind of like cash only, like you're purchasing the house cash, but you're not paying it full upfront in cash. So a lot of people don't even know about this. They just automatically assume that, I have to have good credit, you know, and I have to qualify for a loan, and they have to look at my income and all this other crap. You know, it's not necessarily true. That's the traditional way to obtain a house or a multifamily home or whatever it is that you're looking to buy. But they have what's called creative financing, where you can make a deal with the seller and be like, hey, seller, can I give you 10,000 down or 20,000 down? And again, this doesn't have to be your own money. This could just be an investor money, but it's really expensive if you do it that way. But you could just get creative with it, and then you draw up your contract, whatever terms you want to put in it. You could say as soon as you default, once you do get the seller finance and you agree on terms, then you have to vacate the property immediately. And then the seller has the advantage because he could do it again. Like he could start all over again with a new seller. So it's pros and cons to it, just, and there's risks, just like anything in real estate or pretty much anything in investing.
Yeah,
Life, yeah.
You gotta run the risk, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but it's like you were saying too, like a lot of people aren't aware of like the options that they have to buy a home, and me neither. Like for a long time, I didn't think that I could purchase a home, especially in New York. If you look at the prices of a home in New York, it's crazy. So I didn't realize that there were different creative ways, things that you can leverage to use to buy your house, and like the resources you have. Like there's a ton of like free information like that you could get there. Like you mentioned, there's government websites for like something like FHA or anything like that's government subsidized or like government funded. Also like there's blogs and communities like I'm like I don't know if anyone's familiar with Bigger Pockets, but
I was just about to say that.
yeah, I learned a lot of everything I know about real estate from Bigger Pockets. I met the team that I worked with on Bigger Pockets, and they really helped me like with the stuff I learned. Like I used to attend, they have a free webinar every Wednesday.
Yeah.
That you don't even need anything. So I watched that for like 4 months before I did anything, just to get info. And then I made an account, signed up, and they have and that's been the biggest help for me, anything, like especially for being like an investor, like the resources that they have templates for literally everything. I use their lease templates, their amendment templates, lawyer stuff, like legal, like they have a template that for everything. It has made everything so easy. So a lot of people don't realize just how realistic it is to get started in real estate. Like it sounds like a really big like thing, like, but you could take steps today to start figuring out a way to get a creative way to invest, whether it's like seller finance, you can get the hard money, an FHA where you can put 3.5% down on a property and still find a way to make money, because really it's about creating like for investments specifically, it's about generating like a passive income too. For me, especially because like I was talking about comedy, we were talking about like shady business. I was like, man, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna make like, as much as I love comedy, I don't want to be broke either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to rely on getting cash from some dude in a basement for the rest of my life. I wanted to be secure. And especially where we come from too, like uptown, especially, and just being like Dominicans and Hispanic, especially in this area, our idea of like generational wealth and passing on wealth is our parents passing on the lease to the apartment we live in, and we live in that shit for like we just keep the same apartment in the family, and we just keep paying rent on that same apartment, and that's our idea of passing on something. You know what I mean? Instead of like actually owning shit. And really that's why I wanted to get into that, because just as a whole, as a community, like if you think about like uptown specifically, like it's a Dominican neighborhood, and if you look at what percentage of it Dominicans own, it's not a lot. So really I really wanted to get that knowledge to understand how it works, because it's important. I think there's a lot of power in ownership.
Yeah, talking about generational wealth, that's very important. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this today, because this is the reason why, and I'm not want to get into like a race thing, whatever, but white people had an advantage in this country, because back in the days, the government actually gave debt-free loans to white families to actually own homes. And there's a reason why, there are a lot of poor white people in the United States, but the vast majority of white people are sometimes already set up for success because of that generational wealth. They might not be wealthy or rich, but they might be comfortable enough where their kids can go to college, without having to inquire like that, you know what I'm saying, and just live, just basically focusing on their career and knowing that they have something that their family left them. And that's very important. And us as Latinos, we need to educate our peoples and our future generation that this is very important. So we got to be the ones to break that bridge, especially when you're a first generation immigrant. If you come from immigrant parents, that we have to install that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'm proud of you, Christian, that you did that. You took that move. La Dueña too. I'm gonna eventually become a property investor myself too. What's the eventual goal though for
I'm gonna be
you
a
as a
property
property
owner.
investor? Yeah, the other day he's gonna do it too.
You gonna do it too, eh?
Yeah.
I want to buy a ranch.
He wants to buy a ranch, but he wants to put weed in it.
The round table
No,
real
no,
estate.
that's my upstate property. My house, I want to buy another ranch for my crib too.
Yeah, okay.
Why you want a ranch?
He wants to have a whole bunch of horses and cattle there.
Because I want to do wild shit and own mad animals.
Yeah. Well, he is an EDM producer. He probably wants to do raves up there and shit. You know,
We got big ass bonfires, blow shit up.
Housewarming party for
He wants everybody to be shagadelic, whatever. But the whole thing is,
I'm gonna be the Playboy Mansion of the East Coast. Watch
the rave on the ranch.
Yup.
Yeah, but real quick,
cowboy hats and Nike sweatsuits, bro.
Yeah, this real estate episode's been brought to you by Nestle Crunch, just in case.
Crunches, when it crunches, that's what I love. Nestle Crunch.
Yes, that was the crunch. Okay. Christian, what's your eventual goal as a property investor? Are you going to continue to flip houses and continue to build your empire? Because I do follow a lot of real estate investors. A friend of mine is a big one. We had him on the show before, Darwin Garcia, and he's on his 10th house already. He owns 40 units where he rents, and he's on his 10th house as a flipper. So what he does is he buy houses, that are projected to be in the future somewhat expensive, right? So he buys them, he rebuilds them, and then he resells them in the market, makes 50 grand, 60 grand here. But he's doing good, man. Is that your goal eventually, to be a house flipper?
So that's when I originally pictured how I wanted to start. I thought it would be with flipping houses. I was like, all right, because I thought that's the only thing I could afford too. I was like, all right, I got to buy a piece of shit house. I got to fix it up and I could sell it. But what I learned too quickly, just from what I read up on, was that the margins for flipping a house is real tight. For you to make a profit, you have to be on a strict deadline for how quickly you want to have it renovated, fixed, and then sold. And if you have that house and you hang on to it for a long time, or if it takes longer, it costs more than you project, you're going to end up losing money instead of making money. Yeah. And so then, especially for someone starting out, is real. And, everyone's different, but for someone starting out, it's hard to kind of manage contractors, construction, all that stuff, and still do it in a quick enough way where you can stay on that profit, that profit line, because you could real quick, you could project yourself to make 50,000. A couple of things go wrong, you lose 50K. Yeah. And so that was important. I do want to I eventually I would like to go into flipping, because like you said, you can take that to a 3-month turnaround for something if you know what you're doing, and you can make a quick 50K, 60, 100,000. So I'd like to get into that. I'd love to continue adding rental properties to my portfolio too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you should team up with Blue Anchor Properties, my boy. I'm gonna introduce you to him. So basically, what he does is he kind of sets up a virtual digital version of what the new house is gonna look like while it's being built, and in that process, he has people already looking at it. So by the time that it's completely done, he already has buyers for it.
And that's that. And the thing about, and that's a talent too, because you have to have the foresight to understand how much what it's going to look like, how much you could sell it for, and how much you're going to make. Yeah. That's real talent.
Yeah. I have a mentor that helped me build my real estate business and investing and all that. And there's like you were just talking about, there's many different ways. There's flipping, there's the BRRR strategy, which is the BRRR, which is basically buy, I can never get it right. It's buy, rehab it, rent it, and repeat or something like that.
Buy, rehab, refinance, repeat.
Refinance. Yeah. But now what the investors do that not too many people know is that there's actually a formula. There's a formula that the investors follow. So like basically your ultimate goal is to get crappy houses at super low discount. I do wholesaling as well. So basically you want to, and you can get this, all of this through public information, you know, things that are available without having to pay it, such as, you know, finding out houses that burnt down in fires, or find houses that people are going through a divorce and they need to sell. So they're willing to go lower than retail value. There's also probates, you know, where someone has died, and you know, this year, especially because of COVID, there's millions and millions of probates. So everyone's definitely taking advantage of that as well. Where the homeowner passed away, and then it gets passed down, inherited by the children or whoever, next of kin, and then basically sometimes they don't even want to deal with it because they live out of state or maybe out of the country, and they're like, I don't even know what to do with this house in Texas because I live in California and I don't know, so I just want to sell it and get rid of it. So there's many different ways where you can get houses at the very cheapest. And then, like I said, there's a formula, which is, you know, usually I'm gonna let this out, you know, it's usually 0.70% to 0.80% is the goal where you want to get the house down to. You do things like running comps for the neighborhood. So you want to see what the houses are going for retail value in that particular neighborhood. So for instance, my neighborhood here in Orlando, they go for about 400,000. You know, 300 to 400,000. So my goal is to buy the house at 0.70, you know, 70% off. Hopefully it's a distressed property, or maybe it had a flood or something like that, or, you know, so that's the hardest part, is finding that inventory. But right now at the market that we're in, it's not really hard to find a buyer at all. I have right now 1,400 investors that I got like from cold calling, from posting ads on Craigslist and Facebook and stuff like that. So you could find leads. Buyers is not hard at all. You know, just ask the buyer, all right, how much money you got? Where are you looking for? What zip code? Blah, blah, blah. Do a spreadsheet, collect all that information. So every time I obtain a house in Texas or in Florida or something, it's like, oh, let me hit up my Texas investors, or let me hit up my Florida investors. So, you know, it's a lot of little tedious things that a lot of people are not willing to do. But at the end of the day, now that I've learned, you know, from my mentor teaches me, and she's in Arizona. I think she's been doing real estate for 30 years. So I could introduce you to her too, because she's looking for new students to mentor also.
Guys, real quick, I wanted to bring up some fun facts about real estate, and you guys can help me read this. Let me know you guys can see this real quick. Let me see here. Just, you know, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I wanted just to bring this up so we can have people who probably still feel discouraged, even though we're speaking about this. You guys see there the list? Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, so great. So fascinating real estate facts. 67.9% of Americans own a home in 2020. So like the dueña and Kristen was saying, is a very good market to purchase. People are buying homes. In 2019, buyers spent 3 days fewer in house hunting than a year ago. So, you know, the median home price in the United States is $267,300. 50% of the buyers find their home online. You guys can attest to that?
It's possible, but there's really no way to determine that. You know what I'm saying? Because people can buy houses in other people's names. The funding comes from other people. So it could be somewhat accurate. Yeah. I would definitely say so.
I would have thought it was higher too, but I learned this too, that like La Doña was talking about, where people who know what they're like know when like someone's getting divorced or someone dies, they'll just pull up to the house and knock on the door and be like, hey, like I want to buy your house. Or they'll send mail and be like, hey, like I heard you were struggling, I want to buy your house. And a lot of people get leads and they get sales and purchases like that, just like cold calls and just like pulling up to people's houses. Like that's a real popular way to find it.
That's how I want you to get my house.
You probably have to have a connect with the like public administrator's office or something to know that shit.
Gotta get it from me.
That helps, but it's not necessary. I pay for software One of them is called PropStream, and PropStream is like $100 a month, but it does help me a lot, and especially now that they're advancing, to mobile phone app and stuff like that. So there's one of the many methods out there is called driving for dollars. So you're basically just driving in whatever neighborhood, whether you're in Florida, New York, New Jersey, or whatever, and you see houses that look distressed, houses that have grass that are grown too high, because then you're supposed to get fined if you're not upkeeping your house. So when you see that while you're driving, more than likely that family or whoever it is that's owning that house or living in that house is distressed. So then you can go onto the software that I use, which is called PropStream, and it's public information. So you'll find the owner of who is the legal owner of the house, and then basically try to get the information skip trace, which is how we call looking up the homeowner's phone number, their address, where they physically live. Do they physically live in that house? Do they physically live somewhere else? And basically trying to find a way to contact them and then give them an offer, like, hey, your house looks pretty fucked up. And you don't say it like that. You know what I mean? After years of doing it, I finally found a way how to talk to these people. And I'm on this show too. So, if you just learn how to talk to people and be empathetic and stuff like that, and be likable, because homeowners will sell their house to people that they like. So if you're being too aggressive, which some of the gurus out there are trying to suggest that you should be aggressive and I'll buy your house and no, I'm going to give you $20,000 for a $300,000 home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool.
Oh, you gotta be sympathetic, la dueña.
But anyway, so I mean, hey, that's what works for me. There's different ways that works for different people. Maybe what works for me doesn't work for you, Christian. But that's what I'm working with right now. And that's why I've been able to get some of my deals. But there's tons of ways to get deals.
Yeah, so let's just finish up this list real quick. 2020 is expected to be the year with peak immobile properties purchases by millennials. By 2020, millennials will account for 45% of the mortgages on the market. I think that's a actual statistic. I know a lot of millennials who own houses, me personally. So, I mean, what do you guys think?
That sounds accurate. Yeah, that sounds accurate, because mortgages you could track.
Yeah.
Yeah. The United States housing market is worth 33.6 trillion. So the housing market is a very big business. It's a big business. Anybody trying to build generational wealth or trying to have, extra income, this is definitely the way to get going, right?
Yeah, that's how Trump got up there.
Yeah. Real estate accounts for the highest percentage of millionaires. Like most millionaires in the world got their millions through real estate.
There you have it, folks. So if you want to get that money,
get that money.
Yeah.
My suggestion to everybody, if you want to get into real estate, get a mentor. Get a mentor, because I got a mentor after all these years. I finally got a mentor just a few months ago, back in February. And this lady, this lady has literally changed my life. Like, she's changed my life. She's hardcore. So, she's not for everybody. You got to be able to take a beating sometimes. And she's been giving me my little fair share of beatings. Like, Christina, what the fuck were you thinking? But that's the real estate market is
I've taken my share of mentoring with Adueña as well.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like I still got a lot more to learn, because there's just so many methods out there, and it's just like thousands and thousands of methods. There's subject to, like I said, seller financing, the traditional method, which is the mortgage. There's the probates, there's fires, floods. There's just so many, divorces. All these are different strategies and different methods to find your leads. And then when you get it, now you have to learn how to analyze, what are you going to do with that property? Are you going to wholesale it? Are you going to flip it? Are you going to do the BRRR strategy? Are you going to Airbnb it? Is it a multi-family home? And then you also have to take into consideration how much repairs need to be done, and so you have to learn how to put all those factors in together. And then once you get the end result, then it's like, we're going to flip this. Or
so it says here 28% of buyers find their home through a real estate agent. 48% of real estate agents considered keeping up with technology one of the greatest challenges of their field. 51% of shoppers use YouTube as their number one destination for research. Is that correct? You think it's
Yeah. YouTube University.
YouTube University.
Yeah.
Stage. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. I'm sorry. Staged homes sell 25% faster than non-stage homes. That's what my boy does from Blue Anchor Properties. He'll stage a home digitally, and by the time that he's done fixing it, he already has mad buyers.
Mhm. Yeah, he does. He's doing the 3D rendering.
Exactly.
It's good, but it's expensive. But it's good.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you want to get, maximum dollar, which now is definitely the time to get maximum dollar on the house. Like, just a year or two ago, this house I'm in right now was probably worth 300,000. And just because of COVID and everything that's going on right now, without even fixing the house, it could easily go for 400, probably more.
And this is what Kristen was talking about earlier. 36% of new homeowners say their biggest regrets on unexpected maintenance and repairs.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate.
But that's the risk that you take.
You're buying a property.
Yeah.
Anything can go. Like even the most experienced person, all of a sudden you're renovating and a pipe burst, or the roof wasn't as wasn't what you expected, and you didn't find out until you started tearing down the walls. You didn't find out.
You found out that it was haunted. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, right? Yo, what? My landlord.
But there's a law now for that, right? Like they can't sell you a house that's on the market for it being haunted.
Don't you have to disclose that kind of information, like if people got the house and shit?
It's public information. Like what? Like if somebody got murdered in the house?
Yeah.
I used to look that up because I didn't want to buy a house that someone got killed in. So I would look up, or I'd ask, like, yo.
But that's where you get the best deals, though.
It don't matter.
You know a lot, Christian. I'm very impressed.
He's a very smart guy there. You're not your average fellow.
Smart and funny. Hey, ladies, what's up? Like,
Now the one is being catty. Anyway,
I'm not.
20% of realtors have obtained their license a year ago or less. I can attest to that. La Dueña acquired hers a year ago or less. Christian has this too. He's not a real estate. You guys are not real estate agents, but you guys, got in the game less than a year ago, right?
Just about a year ago.
About 6 years ago.
84% of new home buyers say the information they found online was crucial on their research. I believe that's true.
Absolutely.
Yep. And to just finish this off real quick, number of housing units in the United States, 138.45 million. The number of owned occupied housing units in the United States, 79.36 million. Number of housing units occupied by renters in the United States, 43.1 million. So you're in the right game, brother.
Yeah.
But the saddest thing to me, like, sorry to bring this down. We're supposed to be funny, but the saddest thing is that there's a bigger percentage that's vacant.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm terrible at math, but I was trying to add the two numbers there. Like, what was the percentage? I mean, what was the numbers? It was like 79.
Well, I didn't see any percentage for like unoccupied.
It wasn't percentage.
It was the number of owners, owner occupied housing units.
Right. So it was like, could you bring up the screen again, or you closed it already?
Well, I could bring it up again, brother.
Yeah.
So we do it then at the round table. Your source of knowledge, you already know. That's every
knowledge. We don't
Monday.
Today.
Bring it back up there, brother. The guest's request. Damn, I should be a rapper.
The guest. Yeah. All right. Look. Then. All right. So to assume, right? There's 138 million houses, right? That's total houses. 79 is owner occupied, 43 is being rented, but 79 plus 43 is 122. So there's 122 million houses that's either occupied by a renter or an owner, but there's 138 housing units in the US. So that's 138, hold on, quick math.
So that's
16
about
million.
15.
That's 16 million houses that are unoccupied in the United States right now.
Damn.
There you go. See, they're not talking about
Dang.
that though.
And
They're
you're a
not talking about
mathematician
that.
as well, Christian?
Yeah, Christian got math too.
See, Christian got math. Okay, Christian got jokes. Christian got math.
Christian's got homes. Christian's got everything.
He's a scientist.
Word, right?
But yeah, like that's like La Dueña said, that's crazy to think that there's 16 million homes right now that are empty.
Unoccupied. To me, it's sad. Like, I have an initiative, right, for my company. Our initiative this year is to put 1,000 families, 1,000 Hispanic families in homes, right? And a lot of Hispanics around the United States have the disadvantage because, you know, some of them might not have papers and all that stuff to qualify for a traditional mortgage. And they probably never will because, you know, they're probably, you know, it's like let's say down in Texas, where I've done a couple of deals down in Texas. You know, some of them are just not documented but they have tons of cash. You know what I'm saying? So what, these people can't have a place to live, you know what I'm saying? So we just, at the end of the day, everybody's human, everybody needs a place to live. So we have an initiative trying to do that, trying to put as much Hispanic families in houses as possible, because, you know, we have a unfortunate, you know, we don't have the upper hand in that. And it's really sad because they think that there's only one method to get out, which is to qualify for a mortgage. And it's not. There's tons of other ways to get houses.
All right. Okay.
Mhm.
That's an initiative, though.
The money's clean. You
Thank
feel
you.
me? And you're not money laundering out there.
No money laundering.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
It's cash.
But listen, guys,
undocumented.
Nothing.
There's a lot more to talk about real estate, and I'm glad we opened up the floodgates and we spoke a little bit about it. If you guys want to do a little bit more in-depth research, hit that Dueña up, or you can hit up Christian. They'll talk to you about it a little bit better. We have this thing on the round table that's called the trivia night, right? So Christian is here today, so we're gonna do it because we haven't done it in a long time. So this is how it works, right? I'm gonna say some categories, right? And then you know, we'll start off with La Dueña because she's the lady. She'll pick the topic, and then the question, you guys all get a chance to answer it. So whoever answers first gets a point. Whoever scores 3 first wins. All right? You guys want to do that?
I always lose.
So whenever,
especially against A. A's always beating my ass.
You beat him last time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. Then at the Round Table Podcast, you would know real estate man with Christian Santiago. La Dueña, the other day, Nelly Nell, man. It's been a great episode. There's a lot more to talk about real estate. We could spend hours talking about this. But before we go into the trivia, I want La Dueña and Christian basically to give our audience, our viewers, our listeners, more or less a final thought on real estate. What would be your best advice to them?
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
All right. For everybody out there who's trying to get into real estate, get a mentor. That's it. Get a mentor. There's tons of people out there that have tons of information. You could even go to what you were talking about earlier, Christian, biggerpockets.com. And, you know, people will willingly give you their phone number and just have an hour conversation with you, just talking about their experiences because they've been there, done that. And that's what you want. You want to talk to somebody who's already been there and done that versus, you know, getting an online course or paying thousands of dollars. And because I was about to do that. And I was just going through YouTube and I found, you know, my mentor, and she was like, if you're looking for mentorship, just call my number. We're going to hook you up. And I did that. And literally, I didn't even know how important it was to have a mentor. And she literally changed my life, helped me set up my business, helped me set up contracts, helped me in ways to make my skin thicker. You know what I'm saying? Because real estate's not easy. You being thrown in there in the den of lions, you know, and sharks out there. Like, these motherfuckers is aggressive and they're going to try to steal your deal, especially when thousands and thousands of dollars is up in the air like that. You know, they're gonna try
Gotta
to
get that shmoney, baby.
you gotta get that shmoney, you know what I'm saying? But you know, a mentor will help you. You call them up and be like, yo, this person is going through a divorce, or this person owes this much money, or this person went to jail, or blah, blah, blah. And they'll tell you, you know what, I suggest you do this, or I think you should do that. And they'll guide you to the right. So get a mentor.
Yes, there you go, man. La dueña. La dueña with the advice. Christian.
Yeah, that's great advice. And I'm gonna hit y'all with the Nike slogan. And my advice is to just do it, because like I said earlier, the biggest cause of failure in real estate is just not starting. So a lot of people that want to get into real estate, they just never take that step to actually not even just purchase the home, but to start learning. They feel like they can't get to it. But I really just start taking those first steps, start watching a YouTube video, start doing some research, reach out to, like, find a mentor, reach out to people. Once you get the ball rolling, you really start to see progress, and you start to see that and it's not just real estate either. This is my advice for anything. Just do it, just start it. Just like put that first step in it, and you're going to be amazed with how far you could get. Because that's the hardest part in anything, is just starting it. So with real estate, with anything you want to do, put your mind to, that's my advice to y'all. Just start it, just do it. You'll be all right.
Yes, Christian.
Yes.
All right, then at the round table trivia.
Hey, we got like a dance for everything.
Yeah. I did the butterfly. Why did I do the butterfly there? You want the butterfly? Yo, man. Then at the round. Let me know this is too loud for you guys. Wait, you guys hear that? You guys hear that?
It just happened.
No.
You guys hear that? Then at the round table trivia, you already know what it is. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, is it too loud? The music is back. The background music.
No, you good.
No, okay. Okay, so we got present, peoples and places, fun and games, science and nature, TV and film, rock and pop. We're gonna let that Dueña go first, since she's our first lady. You already know what it is.
Rock and pop.
Rock
and pop. You know this is your worst topic, by the way. You never get this.
I try to get it. I keep trying. Try again, right?
Pick a number from 1 to 6, young lady.
1.
Which 80s singer was known for her hit "Girls Just Want to Have Fun"? Oh, you gotta know this one.
Oh, Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper. You guys had a chance to jump on it. What happened?
I thought it was going one by one. I didn't know.
You gave
oh yeah.
No, so
I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody gets to pick. Yeah, so she gets to pick.
It was Aqua.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was about to say Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
Get over here.
I mean, isn't that why she got those melons?
That's
what?
That's what I thought. That's what I
Isn't that why she got those melons? Like,
yeah, I thought she said girls want to have fun, and that's why she got the tit, like the boob job.
Cyndi Lauper.
I thought it was Aqua.
Christian, our guest, you get to choose the next topic. Past and present, peoples and places, fun and games, science and nature, TV and film, rock and pop.
We're doing science and nature.
Ooh, my guy.
Science.
He's a geek just like me.
What's
We have a lot of
A
coincidences.
geek.
Just like me. All right, pick a number 1 to 6. You already know whoever answers first gets a point. The lady's already up by 1.
We're doing number 3.
Pick a number from 1 through 6. 3. Okay, which of the first national parks opened in the United States? Which one was it, the first national park?
Yellowstone.
Inwood.
Yep, the other day got it. The other day.
Everglades.
What?
Yellowstone was it was Yellowstone. You got it.
Oh. Okay. See, I'm telling you, you can't beat it.
The other day is one. The La Doña has 1, and Christian has 0. You already know what it is. The other day, past, present, fun and games, peoples and places, science and nature, TV and film, rock and pop.
Let me do Past and present. For
Past and present.
for 500, Bob.
That's that Wi-Fi.
Pick a number from what he's mad chinky eye right now. He's supposed a lot of week, Christian.
He on that Wi-Fi.
He's on that Wi-Fi right
I
now.
got King here with me.
Finish him.
1 to 6. Pick a number.
5.
5. In 2014, where did the world's tallest Ferris wheel open up to the public?
London.
Nope.
Oh.
Dubai.
Nope. Well,
London, the eye.
anybody gets one chance.
No.
Nope. Nope. So it was Las Vegas.
Oh,
Really?
damn.
Oh.
Guys.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Anyway, so now Dwayne is up next. Past and present, fun and games, peoples and places, science and nature, TV and film, rock and pop.
Peoples and places.
Peoples and places. All right, pick a number
People
from
and
1 to 6.
2.
Which American novelist wrote To Kill a Mockingbird?
Mark Twain.
Plain.
J.R. something.
no, everybody's wrong.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Finish him.
All right, Christian, you next up. You next up with the topics. Past and
What,
present.
what was the answer for that one? Who was
That
it?
one was oh, sorry, I didn't give you the answer. Sorry, Harper Lee.
Harper Lee.
Oh.
I don't know who that guy is, but according
Let's do what is it? TV and entertainment? TV
TV and film.
Yeah.
Lee Gu, 1 to 6.
4.
Number 4, who directed the 2013 film The Wolf of Wall Street? Come on, guys.
Oh. Stephen.
Martin Scorsese?
Yes, you got it, Christian.
Well, definitely was Scorsese, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys are tied. All up.
Definitely was Scorsese, yeah.
Yeah, man, you guys are tied up. 1 up. Everybody. The first one every stream was Listen, if you win this because you're our guest, I'll send you a Dinner at the Round Table t-shirt, you heard?
Hey.
So you better go for this. It's expensive, you heard? Anyway. The other day gets to the other day gets to pick the topic now. Past and present, people's and places, fun and games, TV and film, rock and pop, science and nature.
Let's go with fun and games.
Fun and games. You know you like fun and games, little boy.
Number 3. Tres.
1 through 6.
Tres.
Trace. What is the name of the bamboo sword used as a practice weapon in the Japanese martial art of kendo?
Kendo stick.
No. That was a good one, though.
Isn't it a bandu?
Nope.
Nope, I have no clue.
You guys will perish, all you guys. Wrong answer.
You know this, Nelson. Will you look at my ass?
She9. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. Next time I'll be the contestant. All right. All right.
All right. I'll ask the questions next time.
Now Dueña's next. Pick a category, hun. I'm not gonna repeat.
Rock and pop.
Rock and pop. She's good at it. 1 to 6.
Let's do 1.
Ooh. Who was the only English member of the Monarchies?
What?
Monarchies?
Yeah, it was a band.
Monkeys?
Monkeys or the Monarchies?
Monkeys. MONKEES?
Yeah, that's my Dominican side. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Monkeys or Monarchies? It's Monkeys. Okay, the first English member of Monkeys.
Yeah, I know the Monkeys band. It's like an 80s band or something, but I don't know.
Ringo Starr.
No.
Star. No.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that was hard.
Okay, going on.
Yeah, Gabriel.
What was the answer?
David.
Oh.
All
right, Christian. Category, please.
Let's do science and nature again.
Ooh. The smart comedian pick science and nature. 1 to 6, please.
6.
What is the measure on a Fujita scale?
What on a what?
Fajitas?
Fujita scale.
Fajitas.
A fajita scale?
Not fajita. Fujita. Fujita scale. I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
Can you please use that in a
Do they have
sentence?
a question thing for Dominicans? You know, like Spanish.
No, it's like what it definitely says Fujita scale. It's a scale called Fujita.
That sounds like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Yeah.
That has.
But it's over 9,000.
So,
What does the Fujita scale do?
I don't know. It's tornadoes. That's what it's called. I don't know. Whatever. Move on. Another subject. Another character. I'll let you pick another one, Christian.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to TV and film.
TV and film. All right. 1, 2, 6.
3.
Number 3. What is the name of the spaceship piloted by Han Solo and Chewbacca in the Star Wars?
The Millennium Falcon.
Oh shit, he got it.
Oh, Eric.
They picked the lead with 2. One more and you win, buddy. So let's see. It's your turn to pick a category. Go ahead.
Let's go with fun and games.
You like fun and games, don't you?
You like fun and games.
I'm feeling a little sign today.
You look high as fuck, by the way.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
6.
Let's go with number 1. Let's make it simple. Hopefully.
If a coach wants a played review during an American football game, what color flag is thrown on the field? Ooh,
Right.
Oh, he got it. He got it. Christian got it.
Oh,
Christian got 2. He's a tie. It's a tie between Christian and the other day.
He stole that one from me.
I said Millennium Falcon on that last one.
Behave. Groovy, baby.
Who said it first? I thought the other day said it first, no?
I did. Yeah, I said that during this sentence. Han Solo. What's it say? Han Solo?
All right, children. All right,
I'm still
children.
gonna send you the T-shirt, by the way, Christian, so you don't feel pressured. All right, so the Dueña, your turn. Categories.
Give me.
Come on, you're my co-host. Remember that.
Oh, he threatened you on live air?
Wow. All right, I got you. I know where you live.
I know the city that you live. I'll just go door to door.
Yeah.
Just give me peoples and places.
Okay, that one is better. All right, 1 through 6.
2.
The Jungle Book is a collection of stories by what English author?
What the fuck? Disney?
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, say it again.
J.K. Rowling?
No.
Wow, the jungle. Wow, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not even going there. I'm not even trying.
Yeah.
Nobody got it? Nobody got it? Sure, you don't want me to put the Wants to Be a Millionaire theme song? So like.
I mean, I know the director, John Favreau.
All right, so
I know Walt Disney directed the movies.
It's Rudyard Kipling.
Who?
He wrote the book. Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard.
He wrote the original.
Oh, Rudyard Kipling.
Yeah. So okay. So Christian, next.
Let's do some fun and games. Fun and games.
Games. All right, let's go.
Number 1.
I think 1 is like easiest. I think it's like 1 through 6, right?
Yeah.
I started learning that.
What dangerous occupation might I have if my traditional working clothes include monotera and a chacatilla and zapatillas?
Okay, what?
You're an Aztec. You're an Aztec playing guy. The niggas who used to play the ball and get sacrificed.
Monotera, a chacatilla, and a zapatillas.
Your Dominican mother.
Yeah, what
That ass, bro.
God. So this guy wears a monotera, which I think is a hat, and chacatilla, which is a vest, and then the zapatillas, like some type of like.
That sounds like a hat, jacket, and shoes.
Yeah,
What,
basically.
is it a bell hat?
No. Sorry, guys. You guys got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong. It's a bullfighter. Bullfighter.
Dominican.
Oh.
Oh.
So anyway, the other day.
Yo, let's go with past and present.
Finish him.
And I want number 2.
Number 2, in 1990, the most complete fossilized skeleton of a dinosaur was found in South Dakota and named Sue. Which dinosaur was it?
T-Rex.
Rex.
Oh, he got it. That was
We said it at the same time. It was
I said at the same time. Did you? Did you?
I
Did I say
take
it at the
back
same
my
time?
crown.
I think I heard La Dueña say it first. I don't know. Maybe my
No,
ears.
stop lying.
So La Dueña goes there. She has a
I remember
witness.
that.
Everybody's two up then.
History Channel.
Everybody's two up then. Everybody's two up. Everybody's two up. Kristen attest to it. So,
Yeah.
you're definitely trying to get that panty thrown on you, huh? With the number on it, huh?
Yeah.
Now make sure the panty line is clean. You heard that, Doña?
Oh, it's always clean.
Read the number.
Okay, La Dueña category.
Give me science and nature. Let's
Intro.
yeah.
Take a number.
3.
Oh.
What was that?
That ain't
Titan,
good.
That's not good.
Titan is the largest moon of which planet? Which planet?
What?
Titan is the largest moon of what planet?
Jupiter.
Nope, you got it wrong.
Damn.
Mars.
Nope.
No, I know it.
Pluto.
Again?
Saturn.
I fucked up.
What's it again, Kristen?
Saturn.
Yeah, Kristen wins. Oh my gosh, yes.
Let's go.
Saturn. You guys ever seen the Battle of the Titans? They come from Saturn, man. Come on, bro. Jesus.
Damn,
bro. Podcast. Our winner of the trivia was Kristen. It was kind of, like, back and forth, but we got it.
That was a close game.
That was very close.
Very close, very close.
I hand it off to you guys.
Smart as hell.
We do it because we are the source of knowledge, so we try to make sure everything comes out awesome.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Alrighty, the winner is Mr. Santiago. Mr. Santiago, man, thanks for coming on the show, man. It's been a pleasure having you on. We are gonna have a final thought based on everything we spoke about today. We're gonna let you go first because you're the guest. We're definitely gonna keep on supporting you, brother. I'm gonna go out to your comedy shows, whoever's listening, watching, support the man. He's funny, man, and the guy, he's an entrepreneur. He's trying to like represent Latinos,
Yes.
Definitely.
Guys doing this thing, man. So there's support him, man.
Come down to Florida.
I will. Florida's on my list. Florida's on my list. I'll be back. I'll be back in Orange County.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let me know.
Don't let her take you to Miami because that's her wild side.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not taking to Miami. I'm going to be decent, so we stay in Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami.
Oh, behave. Oh, groovy, baby.
All right, Chris, so what's your final thought, buddy?
Nah, first off, I'd like to thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate everything. This was really dope. So thank you for just giving me the platform and all that. I really appreciate it. But my final thought is do what makes you happy. Like for everyone out there, like we don't like. I think it's great that y'all like formed this round table where each of y'all like are in like you're like La Dueña's a singer like. Other day you a producer. Nelly, you should Nell over there. You got all the.
I'm an optician, but just in case.
But yeah, I just think it's
optician gangster.
That means he got his eyes on everybody.
Yeah.
Yo, he does. That's funny.
And but I just think it's amazing that we talked about all the different things that we do and want to do and how we could touch on comedy, we could touch on music, we can talk on real estate. And it's just the idea that you don't have to limit yourself to one thing. That's what's got me stuck up on. I think the reason it took me a little while to get into comedy and into what I wanted to do is for a long time I thought I could only do one thing, and I thought that I had to I had to have a job, and then I couldn't do comedy. I couldn't want to be in real estate. I couldn't want to have a podcast too. I thought that you had to be in a box and that you had to say like, all right, I'm this, and this is all I could do. Like, you can do anything, and you can find avenues to do whatever you want. And that's really when you're going to find real happiness. That's when you're going to find real wealth. that's when you're gonna find that like that's what the key to life is just doing what you want, and everything's gonna kind of fall into place from there. So don't put limits on yourself. Don't have doubt in anything you do. Just get out there and do it, and it's all gonna fall in place for you.
Yeah, Chris Santiago.
Oh, yeah.
Charge! That was a great outro, man. You killed it right there, man. That's the
Yo,
same thing
you
with
killed
comedy
it,
shows. You kill it at the end.
I was getting hype. I was like, yeah, Christian talking shit.
Oh, get it.
Hey, maybe we could do a cross podcast one day. We could go over there.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. We could set something.
Okay.
Just got like a big ass round table.
Yeah, for sure.
Policy round table.
Yes. Dueña, final thoughts. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Christian kind of just like covered everything, you know? I mean, yeah, just basically what he said. Just do it. Just do it. And you know, all these like Jeff Bezos and all these Elon Musk and all these people, you know, they didn't know everything when they got in the game, you know, like Elon Musk didn't know everything when he started Tesla and so on and so forth. They didn't know everything. They didn't have the answers to everything. You know what I mean? You kind of just learn along the way. That's the same thing that happened with me with real estate. I started with wholesaling, then I started learning about this and that. And, you know, like Christian was saying, don't limit yourself. Just go in there and do it. And eventually you'll find your path. Eventually you'll find what you like. Eventually you'll find what you're good at. And eventually you'll find out what you could be consistent in, you know, just get out there and do it.
La dueña in the house.
This is the song, la 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 la, Elmo song. Shut the fuck up!
EDM produced another day in the house. Mr. I smoke weed every day.
Every
day.
All right, final thoughts. Like my nigga Chris said, yo, comedy ain't the place for you if you ain't funny. No, but seriously though, if you got wanting to do anything in life, just go out and do it. You know, sometimes jumping in head first, taking the risk, will set off a chain of events that will change your whole entire life. Don't let opportunities pass you by. And yeah, like I said, if you ain't funny, don't do comedy. Go and listen, bitches.
Right in the pussy.
Right in the fucking pussy.
Fuck it right in the pussy. Yeah, man. Yo, you guys all had great outros, man. I don't even know what to say, but what I will say is that if there's a will, there's a way. You only live life once, so don't give up on your dreams. And for the naysayers, just tell them, fuck you. You can make it happen, man. Just make it happen, man. Look, we all here, all entrepreneurs. We want to make shit happen. We're making it happen. And just keep on following your dreams, man. That's how it is, man. Dinner at the Round Table podcast. You already know what it is, man. Christian Santiago in the house. Christian got jokes. Go follow him on Instagram. Definitely support him, and the guy's funny. La Dueña, check out for real estate business, EDM producer, the other day, music, DJ, all that you heard. Nelly Nell, man. I know everybody. I know you need anything. I'm the poppy. They got you everything. You heard? So you already know what it is. Dinner at the Round Table podcast. Yo, Chris, thanks for coming on, man. Let's do that. That crossover.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
No, hold on. And everybody, go check out my new track, Wasting My Time. Comes out on the 20th. Spotify, everywhere. Yeah, I almost forgot. Go check it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Dinner at the Round Table podcast. We're gonna end it off with another joke.
Now, seriously, give us our credit, because everyone applauds the tough guy that goes on to rap or play sports. That's a lion surviving the jungle. How many sheep have you seen make it out? You didn't even know the jungle had sheep. The lion is supposed to make it out. I was supposed to be a sweater. They used to call me Cardigan Christian. Cardi C for short.
Press that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tap the link in our bio. Dinner at the Round Table. Your source to knowledge.
This is Dinner at the Round Table Podcast. You've been listening to Dinner at the Round Table Podcast. Follow them at Dinner at the Round Table.
Mr. President, in 12 hours I will destroy Washington, D.C. with this giant laser. Here's the plan. We get the warhead and we hold the world ransom for $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. $1 million.